Whoa, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's impromptu live stream where I thought we could go through Batwoman and the ratings skydiving. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. It's an interesting turn of events because, of course, we know that they'd just announced season 3. Bafflingly so. I still don't understand why they announced season 3, because I say that because they announced it when I think they'd only released 1 episode at the time, which is staggering stupidity. You have to appreciate that, shows are funded in part, obviously, and justified in part by their viewership and the ratings and things like that. So it seemed absolutely incredible that they just gone, oh yeah, we'll keep it going. Why not? You didn't even see whether people liked the new Batwoman or not yet. What's going on? Like, it's just weird. And so I thought I would do this live because I do my reviews of Batwoman on a weekly basis, and they always cop some flack. My video yesterday highlighting, the narrative at play in the episode, which was white privilege, which wasn't even the main point of the review, because the main point of the review was how damaging the main narrative of that episode about foster kids is incredibly damaging for real life foster kids. It's a terrible mindset, and it plays on sort of psychological elements hugely. It's dangerous. It's not good. Sends out a terrible message to kids in the care system. But I copped so much flack from that. Like, oh my God, I got claimed having like white supremacist ideologies. I'm like, what? Are you high? Like, what's going on here? It was mental. So I thought I'd do this live because then I can actually cover some of the pushback which may come through. I don't know whether there will be any pushback, but at least I can then have an actual open discourse with people. And I'm also trialing doing some things live here and there as well. Just because it seems that you guys, you drop on. There seems to be a good viewership in terms of people with the bells notified. People seem to drop on stuff. Obviously, this is at a weird time of day. I appreciate that. But then people still watch them afterwards. So I've noticed that, and I'm trialing a few live streams dealing with some of this content. So if you like it, give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. You can also do super chats whilst we're doing the stream. You will also get your point across immediately. Well, basically immediately with a super chat. But let's talk about this real topic here. Right. And the real topic is that the ratings are plummeting for Batwoman. Now, I will say it's a different kind of bad. It's a different kind of bad. Ruby Rose, it's interesting. Ruby Rose's Batwoman was very much focusing on the LGBTQ agenda, right? That sort of socio-political agenda, that whatever you want to call it. Topic, agenda, it's all the same. I'm not trying to put a negative slant on it. It's just dealing with that. And Javicia Leslie's new Batwoman has touched on that just a shade, very, very small amount. But now it's primarily dealing with blackness. So blackness in the States, being black. Apparently you're allowed to say blackness. I don't know if that's a thing, but people say it. So I'm going to say it. And if it's off limits, then you can tell me, and you can tell me why some people can say it and I can't. Justify that one. Arbiters of speech. So they seem to be going off on a tangent on like 2 different things now. They shifted it massively. And then also this season seems massively preoccupied with focusing on dealing with bloody Ruby Rose's disappearance. It's in every single episode. Like, just move on. We've got a new Batwoman. Just kill her and then move on, right? Just do that. It's so very odd. So they fail fundamentally anyway, because they're just bad shows. They are bad shows. They have terrible writing. And I've said it from the off that, and I think what was so blatant, right, was the last episode before this most recent one. So episode 3, because it was just a villain of the week episode. And it was surprisingly all right. Like, I actually enjoyed the first 5 minutes was great fun. It's just Victor Zsasz. He comes in, he murders a bunch of people, and he does it in the most brutal of ways. And I've actively encouraged people to watch the first 5 minutes of episode 3 of season 2 because it's actually quite enjoyable. And I know, like, it's blasphemy to say that, I'm aware. But it was actually quite enjoyable, like genuinely enjoyable. He comes in, he kills someone, right? And then he goes to this guy's mistress, this guy that he just killed is having an affair with, and he says, "Do you see this champagne? It's so expensive. But you know what? The person that hired me wanted you to know that she spends more on you and cares more about you than her husband," and then kills her with the champagne bottle. That's incredible. Like, that's great. Some people may complain that it's not Victor Zsasz because he's not, just a normal hitman and all these kind of things. And I get that. But that's quite a cool concept. I'm sure we can all agree on that. So I was genuinely quite surprised by that. But then they're just coming back to this nonsensical soap opera crap. So it's no surprise that the ratings are going down. And they are plummeting at just a staggering rate. And it is like it's, well, yeah, I mean, it's got nothing to do with anything other than it's just bad writing. I don't think many people really watch a Batwoman show to be lectured, whether it be on LGBTQ topics or racial ethnicity topics. I'm not sure, but the ratings would imply that probably not. And I do think that because they've experienced that massive shift between season 1 and season 2, that could be part of it. So we've got this article up here, and I thought we'd just take a look at it together. I thought this could be a good bit of fun. And again, we'll cover it live. Why not? And then I want to discuss some of the pushback that I had on yesterday's episode as well, because a lot of people always tell me, don't talk about stuff from the States because you're not here. And granted, I'm not aware of what the care system, because obviously that was the main topic of yesterday's review, is like in the States. I'm not aware. But I have lived in the States, so I know the general vibe of the States. I've lived there and worked there in Miami, other spots of Florida, like Jacksonville, and also Texas, Galveston. And I really enjoyed my time there. So I'm more than happy to talk about stuff from that kind of rudimentary peripheral sort of landscape, I guess. But also you got to remember is that America's not one place, right? This is a worldwide show. And I'm also talking about a perspective from like a UK base, where we really have class privilege more than anything else. Like, it's huge class privilege. And yes, there'll be instances of racism. Racism exists. It's never going to go away. People are assholes, right? You can't stamp it out. That's just par for the course, right? Like, you just have to learn to get a thick skin. Does it suck? Yeah, of course it does. But again, that's life. I could tell you some of the things which I've had to experience in my lifetime, and you would probably, it's abhorrent levels of abuse and just utterly disgusting. So I think realistically, chiming in on yesterday's episode was more from like a UK perspective, which I think also like Americans need to open their eyes to as well. Genuinely, because don't be so myopic in your worldview. Do not want to sort of, journey forth, into other sort of countries and stuff. It's good to have a knowledge of that. But anyway, let's dive into it, right? So this article will be linked down below when I put this live stream up afterwards, because this will be live afterwards. But a little over a week after the CW announced that they had renewed Batwoman for a 3rd season, the ratings and viewership numbers have hit their lowest point in the show's short-lived life. And that's the thing. It's not been around for very long, but it's just been a consistent decline. And I've titled this like nosedive or skydive. And it really is. Like, it's just a massive plummet. It's insane. It's genuinely insane. So Batwoman actress Javicia Leslie celebrated the news of the renewal on Instagram at the time and saying, season 3, baby, I love y'all. She's not even the worst. The thing is, she's not even the worst part of it. She's not bad. She's not terrible. Like, Ruby Rose was a terrible actress. Like, she was garbage. Garbage. I should, overlay the South Park clip of the Jersey Shore episodes, Muff Cabbage. But, Ruby Rose is terrible. Javicia Leslie's not terrible. She's nowhere near as bad as Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose is fucking atrocious. So let's shuffle on down here, right? So now, TV series finale reports that Batwoman season 2, episodes 4, Fair Skin, Blue Eyes, which, just as a highlight of how terrible this writing is, the writing indicates that the Candy Lady, the woman snatching up minority kids, because that's how that is literally the point of the episode. They're framing that minority kids in foster care go missing and no one cares about them, despite the fact that the GCPD, the Gotham Police Department, had made out missing kid posters. Work that one out, ladies and gents. Fucking mental gymnastics. But the woman, in the dialogue, they say, "Oh yeah, and she's got blue eyes. She's got brown eyes. She has brown eyes." I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I can't understand who signs off on this crap. Like, who actually signs up? Who signs off on this crap? Who? It's garbage. Like, at least, come on now. Like, at least get the the blue eyes part right. Come on. But anyway, that had a horrific rating of 0.10 for the 18 to 49 demographic. And it was almost a 40% drop from episode 3's 0.16 rating. And episode 3 was great. So not a surprise that had a 0.16 rating, because it was actually a good episode. Now, they average, interestingly enough, they average around this anyway. So first, second, third, fourth started out middling, 15, then 0.16, 0.16, and then a huge drop off. Huge drop off. I don't know if you can see that there on the screen. But the change from like one season to the next, because this is the thing, I did an opening rating video to this series as well, was that they plummeted anyway between the Batwoman season 1 to Batwoman season 2, which is, again, madness. Absolutely madness. It's crazy. And the viewership was tiny as well. 507,000 viewers for episode 4. Yeah. 507,000 for a show that is for free in the States on 3 channels, I believe. Someone in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong there, but I'm fairly certain it's on 3 different channels. We'll get to season 1 in a second. I want to get to this super chat here by Peter DeRosa. So Peter DeRosa, thank you so much. Keeping the lights on for $9.99. Says it's a wonderful thing to wake up to an awesome stream first thing in the morning. Sadly, I'm off to work, but glad to see you bringing light to this travesty and how ridiculous it is. Well, thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate that, man. And I hope you have a good day at work. But yeah, like I said, quite literally, that writing issue, fair hair, fair skin, blue eyes. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? It really does. It says it all. And if you can't even get the actor to have blue eyes, Christ alive. Like, it goes to show how little they even care about their own show. Like, you clearly don't care about your show. If you're calling your episode something and you can't hire an actor that meets the description of your episode name, what are you doing? What are you actually doing? Anyway, nonsense. I know, shock horror. You never see me drink. I do. I'm a human. But anyway, so looking back at season 1, the 4th episode had a 0.30 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. So again, just to throw it out there, right? Season 1 to season 2. Season 1, despite being absolute garbage, still rated higher. Still rated higher. Look, we can see it all here, right? Opened up strong, 0.47, and then staggered down. And it really did stagger all the way down. 0.35, 0.31, 30, 0.36, 26, 0.27. And then it did jump. It does their normal mid-season jumps when they start doing crossovers and stuff. So 0.60. But then again, just plummets and plummets and plummets and plummets. But then even worse. And I think what that shows to me anyway, right, is that they used up all their goodwill on season 1, because despite Ruby Rose being a notably worse actress, because she's trash. She's absolute garbage as an actress. I could get a plank of wood. I could get Jasper. Yo, mate, Jasper. I could get you in a bat costume, couldn't I, bro? And you would be better. You can't even see him, actually, because my name tag's in the way. But Jasper would be better. He would be a notably better actor for Batwoman than Ruby Rose. But they used up all their goodwill because you're going to get an actor or actress, whichever's PC, which is notably better because she's a notably better actress. She drops on, and the ratings are still garbage. Still garbage. So obviously, look, the season 2's episode 4's 18 to 49 demographic rating declined by over 66% compared to season 1. Now, the viewership numbers percentage decline wasn't far off, and it declined by just over 60%. And the show appears to be in complete freefall when it comes to viewership, with episode 3 being an apparent anomaly. And that's probably down to the reviews. Again, episode 3 was actually good. It wasn't terrible. It was pretty decent. So people probably went, yeah, go watch that just to compare how crap it normally is. So it's no surprise that episode 3 was an anomaly. But again, we use that word anomaly, right? And it's like, okay, well, let's analyze what episode 3 actually did. Well, we had a villain, a strong villain, compelling villain, who was actually pretty decent. All the other episodes don't do that. Oh, there we go. That's what we need to do in future then. Like, Christ, it's not hard, is it? So not only are the ratings declining, but the audience scores are also going down. So the Rotten Tomatoes audience score for season 2 now sits at 18%. That's down a percentage point from where we reported on the audience score following episode 3. I mean, when you're sort of, you know, when you're haggling a percentage, like you really know that, you know, shit's hit the fan. 18%. And who are these critics? Who are these critics reviewing this? 88%. Who? Who, ladies and gents? Who? Who's reviewing this and going, yeah, it's great? Like, Christ, mate. Awful. Awful. Let's take a brief hiatus from this article. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Thank God it renewed for season 3. Look, I'm not complaining. This is the thing. When the news dropped that it was being renewed for season 3, I wasn't going to be the one complaining because I'm like, it's free content. I love it. And it's a good time. Like, I ironically watch it. That's the only reason why I watch this show, because it's funny. The bat suit will be perfect when it fits a dog. When it fits Le Jasper. Sir Jasper of House Age. Side note, ladies and gents, go follow me over on Instagram and you can see a picture of Jasper taken today trying to help me work out. There you go, ladies and gents. You get your Jasper fix. It's Missed H Reviews. The name tag that I've got here is just at Missed H Reviews. Go follow me. Instagram now. Go. Who gave this 88%? Yeah, exactly. Who, ladies and gents? A bunch of poo-poo magoos. That's who. You're all correct. Jasper is the Batwoman. He should be. He'd be better. But yeah, awful. Just when you could not lower the bar any lower. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not exactly a an incredible show. Yeah, terrible. Kathy Bates as Batwoman in season 3. Have a new actress for each season. They should, shouldn't they? Just like James Bond, just swap out a new actress. That'd be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. He was assisting in said workout, Coach Jasper. He was, aka just getting in the way. Oh, terrible. Gotham broke me, bro. I'm done with them. Yeah, I watched a few bits of Gotham, and I found it quite laborious to get into it. I know it had its fans. The Penguin actor was good, but just the real on-the-nose stuff. It's like, oh, I'm Cat or something like that. It's like, yeah, we know you're Catwoman. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's just terrible. Awful. Anyway, honestly, who gives this 88%? Oh, fucking Christ. And on IMDb, the weight average score has stayed static at 3.4 out of 10, despite having almost 200 more negative 1-star reviews out of 354 total new reviews. Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd? That should have shifted, shouldn't it? That should have shifted. Well, the hairs on my chinny chin. I suspect some meddling going on here. I suspect some meddling. It should have moved. Why is it not moved? Even just down a percentage. Like, new reviews do change it. So, well, it should change it, but it doesn't. So that's a bit odd. Paul Lockhart says, I'm guessing that fair hair, blue eyes is reference to the Aryan nation or brotherhood or whatever the term is. It was more important to get that in than get the actor to match. Exactly, right? So there is no way that episode 4's name and the bad actor, the choice of an actor that doesn't actually match up to the episode name, there's no scenario in which that looks good for the show, because one, you've got your point here, which is like, oh, okay, well, what we're trying to do here is, point towards the fact that people only care for, fair hair and blue eyes and all that kind of stuff. And as you say, sort of Aryan Nation, brotherhood, whatever it is, that's not a good look. Like, if that's the main focus, that's not a good look. And secondly, either that or they just couldn't give a toss, so they didn't hire the right actress to match up. Either or is not a good look. Either or looks garbage, for Batwoman. So yeah, terrible stuff. Terrible stuff. Anyway, so shuffling on. That's funny. We're using StreamYard to do this right now. Anyway, so there might be a reason why the show is not only seeing declining audience scores and viewers tuning out. Now, someone else on YouTube, Yellow Fash, goes, this show's awful. It was awful last year. It's been awful this year. I don't even want to talk about last night's show because it was awful. I couldn't even finish it. Now, they posit, anyway, the show's just horrible. The music is horrible. The writing is terrible. It's one of the absolute worst shows I've ever seen. And I don't understand how that's possible because the comics are actually pretty good. If you just stuck to the source material, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, this doesn't explain why you people are tuning out. The reason why people are tuning out, ladies and gents, is because it is just like, it's trash. Like, it's bad writing. So you've got a comic book hero, right? A comic book character, a superhero, but all you're doing on week by week basis is focusing on a procedural, like a soap opera procedural. There's not even a villain of the week. Like, for God's sake, even Smallville had a villain of the week. This can't even do that. Like, you're failing when Smallville looks better. That show that just cock teased you as Superman. Oh, he's going to be the Man of Steel to this. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, even if that's better because they got a villain of the week, like, God damn, man. Terrible. The Fezman for £5. Thanks so much, dude. Nice to see you dropping on as well. You've sort of come and gone from these streams, so nice to see you here. What do you think the ratings will be for season 3? Well, look, I mean, if they plummeted to 0.10, I would imagine, and they've been on a very steady downward decline. I can't imagine they're going to change much from this season, from the inception of the show, season 1 to season 2. It's all been a very, very steady decline. I do wonder, though, whether there will be some level of manipulation going on, whether they can manipulate it so that they change the ratings in some way. Don't put it out of the question, ladies and gents. Don't put it out of the question, because IMDb, for instance, like I say, new reviews have dropped on and they've not changed it. So something's a bit sus there, isn't it? But I wonder whether it will just go progressively down, whether we're even going to reach a low of like a 0.5, which again is not out of the realms of possibility, because if we're looking at season 1, they sometimes drop over 10, 0.10 of a rating week on week. So now that we've gone down to 0.10, maybe we'll see a 0.5 rating. Who knows? I definitely wouldn't put it out of the realms of possibility. But the important thing is the fact that also as well, the viewership's gone down massively as well. That's the other thing to take a look at. Because again, the interesting thing here, like if we grab this back up here, this has gone staggeringly down, right? From their opener of season 2, episode 1, was 659,000 viewers, and then in 4 episodes, I mean, they lost what? Nearly, was it 150? 150,000 viewers? I mean, that's crazy. 150,000 viewers have just decided to go, nah, see you later, mate. Yes, they spiked, but that was a good episode. That's going to be few and far between, isn't it? And it's important to remember, episode one of season 1 started with nearly 2 million viewers. You fundamentally failed when that happens. Like, that is staggering. Nearly 2 million viewers there. Nearly 2 million. And then boom. Like, Christ, man. Insane. So yeah, I can see it just going down and down and down and down and down. I can't see it going yeah, I can't see it going up. So yeah, not good. So there you go. I mean, that's the main point of this live stream. But let's get some viewer interaction now. Again, if you want to leave some super chats, you can. Please do. Help support the channel. Help support me doing what I'm doing here whilst YouTube is being a bit shite. There'll be a lot of people that are saying I've never caught a live stream before, like Russ Walton here. Thank you so much for dropping in here. If you've missed it, just replay it from the start. Just scroll back and replay it. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you so much for rewatching this and enjoying a live stream after the fact. But I will say there's a bit of a call to arms, I guess, for everyone here. I don't know if you would have received a notification, but please do check that you do have the bell notification turned on to all, not just, you know, what is it, like some or something like that, personalized, whatever. It's YouTube curating content for you, and they will blacklist certain channels away from their subscribers. So change that if you want. And also as well, one of those things that if you even have that on, but you don't get notifications, it's actually due to your phone settings. So you don't get YouTube push notifications. So it's important to change that as well. It's just to explain why some people don't get notified of live streams. You can do with that information whatever you want. But anyway, let's get some sort of viewer feedback here. So the Fez Man says, I think the actress who plays Batwoman is married to a man. Is that LGBT enough? Well, that's the argument that Ruby Rose went through, isn't it? I'm fairly certain Ruby Rose had that pushback. I swear she had a lot of hatred for that because she was bi or something like that. So she wasn't fully lesbian enough or something like. Again, I don't know. I distinctly remember that being part of the pushback for Ruby Rose, and I'm sure there'll be people here that can correct me there. Nate says, I have my notifications turned on and still didn't work. Well, that's very frustrating. Again, make sure you click the bell and then click all and then check your phone settings to see whether they are, you know, notified all. But anyone that does want to be notified of these things, guys, head on over to my Twitter at Missed Reviews. It's the same thing here because I post these out on Twitter in advance as well. So you do have time and you can get notifications on Twitter as well. So there's a few ways to get notified. You can click a little bell on Twitter. So yeah, how dare she not be fully lesbian enough? Well, that was the argument from other LGBT members, I guess. I mean, they eat themselves, don't they? Figuratively and literally. But that was the argument from them all. That was literally the argument. They were like, oh, they're not, you know, not lesbian enough. Like, God damn, like Christ. Jenna Vandella, epic name. I live here on this channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't have Twitter. It's toxic. Yeah, well, yeah. But it's dependent who you sort of associate with on Twitter. For me, I use it to reach out to you guys. So if you have Twitter just to reach out to your YouTube, you know, YouTuber people that you like to follow, it's not a toxic place, really, is it? Yeah. Dan the Hitman, love you, bro. Favorite channel on YouTube, keep it up. Well, thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I got this notification. So here's an interesting thing, right? Loads of people are here, right? We've got a good amount of people here, nearly 300 people. Also, smash that thumbs up button. Please do hit that thumbs up button. But we're nearly who here watches Batwoman? Who here has watched Batwoman? Like, let me know now in the chat. because I genuinely am curious. Like, you're all here obviously to watch me talk about it, so I wonder how many of you have actually watched it. Because I know I'm genuinely in the minority. We know that clearly from the viewing figures, and I watch it ironically to review for you. But I wonder whether you guys have seen an episode. No, never seen an episode. Never watched an episode. I just enjoy your take on things. Yeah, there's a lot of no's coming on here. That's brilliant. We've got brand new channel member Paul Lockhart. Thank you so much, dude. We'll have a members only and patron only video uploaded soon, which is me playing Doom Eternal. I need to jump on that soon. Shane Wyrostek. If I butchered your name, I'm really sorry. But thank you so much. Season 1 felt like moving in the right direction with the Hush storyline, but Season 2 had completely screwed that up. Yeah, I know. Also, why have Hush when you don't have Batman? You know, actual Bruce Wayne. It does seem a bit odd. But yeah, like, I mean, I see your point. Like, it was sort of moving in the right direction with an overarching narrative of Hush. It could have been something interesting, and then they just spaffed it up the wall. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of no's coming through here. Oh, someone's seen one. Epic. Well, 10 minutes or so. 10 minutes or so. God damn. Ridiculous. I haven't even watched a trailer for Batwoman. Wow. Yeah, so I guess you guys just come for the sort of comedic take on the reviews, I guess. Yeah, again, I just enjoy watching people. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, oh, fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. Fair enough. What you drinking? BCAAs. Well, Mr. Psycho Gorman, I'm drinking clear whey isolate. So, yes. Let me get down here. So, Adam Turvey, hey man, love the channel. How are you watching HBO Max stuff here in the UK? Frustrating it's not in the UK. So I haven't watched anything really from HBO Max. Yeah, the only thing that I was watching was what was it called? The bloody dances. What was it? Something with wolves? What was it? I can't even remember what it was called now. The Ridley Scott one. I sort of enjoyed it, more for the spectacle than anything else. And that was through various means online, VPNs and things like that. You can do it through VPNs. So, yeah. Any other questions, ladies and gents, whilst I'm still here? Let's get some group interaction going. Also, guys, 306 people here watching this. Thank you so much for dropping on. 308. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. And if you're watching this back, because this will be on the channel afterwards, thumbs up. You've watched it this far. We're 33 minutes in, so thank you. Raised by Wolves, that's the one. Yeah, cool. Your reaction's better than the show. Yeah, I thought so. It seems a lot of people are just not interested in it, which makes sense. Yeah, Raised by Wolves, which will be interesting to see how that sort of plods along. Anyway, Moni or Moni, sorry, says good morning, love the hair. Look, my hair is a mess at the moment. It is a mess because we're in lockdown. We've been literally on lockdown for like a year now, and everything's been closed. So unfortunately, I've got to grow my hair out. So yeah, not good. So this is the interesting thing. Just as a side note, before we shuffle on, are you going to review the Superman and Lois show? So that actually looks all right from the trailers. It's a CW show that actually looks all right. I don't know if they've released an episode yet. If they have, I will watch it and I will review it. I'll give you my thoughts because the trailers look good. It actually looked good, which is mental. Like, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought it? So yeah, baffling. Crazy. Was just watching your Alien Isolation playlist and saw you were live, so scooched over. Any more playthroughs coming? Yeah, I mean the Alien Isolation playthroughs go up every Sunday, guys. When is Jasper channel going live? I don't know whether he does it, whether he does enough to go have a channel. You're right, mate. Boop. That's my Doge. What you doing, bro? You sleepy? Yeah. Good lad. He's a dude. He is a dude. Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me live for this special, I guess, a bit of an experimental live stream for a topic. If you enjoyed this and you want to do this a little bit more with some other topics, again, don't forget, you got to turn the notifications on, because there's no point me doing them if no one actually turns up. And one of the only ways you can, obviously turn up and when they're actually live is via the notification bell or via Twitter. So please do follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. H Reviews. A lot of people saying Jasper's adorable. Well, he's on my Instagram quite a lot, so please do go and follow me at Mr. H Reviews. It's exactly the same here. Hope to see you all over there. Guys, if you're watching this back, please do give the video a big thumbs up. Leave your thoughts down below. But thank you so much, ladies and gents. Have a good day and wait for some other content.